What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome to another episode of a very special edition of Jadacast, the quarantine edition.
Quarantine edition. One of many, it seems like, right? What, we're in week 3 here of the quarantine now.
Has it been 3 weeks now?
I think since we started working from home.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm losing track of time, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I don't even know what day. You know what? The weeks have been going by fast. It's like it's 3 weeks already. I was tripping.
Yeah, man. I am so over this. I am ready to just go back into normal. I'm sure that everyone is at this point.
Dude. Yeah. No, I hear you. I just want to go grab a burrito, dude.
Yeah. To go grab one and be able to stand next to somebody and not have to worry about anything, you know.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. But it's the world has changed, dude. It's going to be a new norm going out there that we have not kind of figured out yet. So it's going to be pretty trippy.
Yeah. Well, strange times ahead of us, but
yep.
We're going.
Yeah, strange times are upon us, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's about to be like this for a while.
Yeah, I think so. My guess is mid-May people are going to start going back to work like regularly, in the office. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man. I don't think that people are going to let their pockets start to get any lighter for another month.
Yeah, well, shoot. I mean, and Easter's coming up, dude, and that's it's considered the second biggest shopping season is Easter, right after Christmas.
Oh,
yeah. People buy gifts for their kids and for their family during Easter. It's a big holiday for retail.
Yeah, man. The world don't stop.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, we're seeing some climb in sales this week compared to last, because last couple of weeks. I'm sorry, when I say climb in sales, I'm saying in the toy industry.
Yes.
And at least what we're seeing from our product when we look up what our sales and have been doing for the past week. So 2 weeks ago it was bad because everyone was just buying toilet paper, right? Last week people were still trying to stock up on stuff and starting to kind of get a hang of it and buying groceries and not really walking around the stores. This week we see a bump in toys. So it's kind of nice to see that people are actually trying their best to normalize themselves, I guess. And that's the only way. I mean, that's the only way I see it.
Yeah, I mean, how long are you going to be afraid of something and let it alter the entire course of life? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, it's true.
You have to.
Especially when we kind of know how to deal with it right now. I mean, the distancing, the masks, washing your hands. It's if you do follow all those things, it looks like it's doing pretty well.
I was into that before it was cool.
Just the guy who's at someone else's pad hanging out.
I know, right? Corona free, man. I'm good.
Anyway, let's get to business, dude. What's going on?
I mean, everyone's stuck at home. I think that now is the perfect time to talk about everyone's favorite thing here, toys, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So for Jada Toys, we've actually been we're dropping a lot of new stuff out there. If you follow us on our Instagram and our Facebook, we have been posting a lot lately, and we have some new additions we're dropping into the Jada Toys lineup.
Yeah. So like if you want to follow along, you can go onto the Jada Toys Instagram page.
So I got it pulled up on my cell phone here.
Talk a little bit about some of the new items that we have posted.
Yeah. So for the first one, we have the green Power Ranger.
Yeah.
With the 2002 Honda NSX.
Yeah. The one that's designed by John Sabal.
Yeah.
And I think that one's, I mean, it came out really cool. If you look at the design of the car, Say, who's one of the designers. I think he's the one that put the car together, designed the car. It's with the candy green paint matching the figure. The figure, we're trying to do that classic, Power Ranger pose. It's not like the American superhero poses where the 3-point stance or they just look super comic booky. We want it to look like the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger poses, where it's kind of hokey, but still at the same time, when you see it, it feels nostalgic and kind of cool, right?
Hey man, I would have gonna fight them.
Yeah, shoot, but yeah, dude, that car I think is and that set is going to be it's one of a set that we're going to be putting together. So yeah, this just yeah, and we'll talk about the next one after this or in a little bit later. But yeah, that one's cool. That one's hot. Be on the lookout for that one coming out very soon.
Very soon. So after that, we have the Peterbilt from Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, so this one, man, this one's like a super custom Peterbilt. I forget which model it was. I forget 360 something, and it's Hobbs and Shaw. That car, it's super iconic to that movie,
Yeah.
right? And this is the one that The Rock drove, and I think they even gifted it to him at the end of the movie or something. I forget what the whole story is, but he drove it down Hollywood Boulevard or whatever in front of the Man Chinese, or not the TCL Chinese Theater. Yeah, this car, it's funny, right? You saw it in person.
I saw it in person, met SEMA.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be huge.
It wasn't as big as I thought it was, but it's still a huge ass truck.
Yeah.
But it actually looked pretty nimble and agile too.
Yeah. I didn't get to hear it because you guys were out there filming it when they rolled it out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to hear it. I was curious to hear what it sounded like, but yeah, it was turning heads because it was such it's a crazy unique car.
Yeah, you'll never see anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think our rendition of it, I think it's pretty cool. Be on the lookout. I want to say it's going to start hitting shelves closer to October, around there maybe.
Okay. Yeah, so keep a lookout for it, guys. Moving on, we have Groot with the 63 Volkswagen Bus.
Yeah, so I remember people seeing this in some leaked shots from our showroom a while back. But yeah, it's fine. It's produced. It's finally coming out. Again, all these things that we're talking about, you're going to probably see like in the next 3-4 months here. So this is just keep checking your stores. They're going to be in the Hollywood Ride section. Yeah, these are all items that you're going to be seeing here pretty soon. But yeah, this one's cool. It's the VW pickup. We got like a semi kind of flame work wood grain kind of mashup on the side of the graphics
type thing.
Yeah, so they're like more like roots, but at the same time we kind of did it so they kind of look like flame work at this, so there's a little bit of element of like hot rod in there, and then you got the wood grain at the same time.
Yeah, and then with the classic line, "I am Groot."
Yeah, of course, you got to have that. And that figure, man, that figure is cool. Everyone's like falling in love with that little figure.
Pretty adorable.
Yeah, it sure is.
So moving on, for Marvel, we have 6 joining our lineup in the 32 scale.
Yeah.
Help me out a little bit, Mike. We got a lot here.
Yeah, we do. So we got it's a lot of different characters here. We got Miles Morales in the Shelby Cobra. We got a Mustang Boss with Bucky, the Winter Soldier. We got Captain America. We got who else is there? What's that?
War Machine.
War Machine. Yeah, War Machine, Falcon, and Iron Man. Now, what's cool about this is for Winter Soldier,
mm-hmm.
there's a silver graphic on the side of the driver's side.
Let me zoom in on it.
If you see that, if you look at that silver graphic, what's funny is we didn't put the silver graphic on the passenger side because you know how Bucky only has that one arm.
Oh.
So when you see it and there's no graphics on one side, it was done on purpose. It wasn't because that we, the factory messed up and forgot to print it. It's because we did it on purpose.
The details right there.
Yeah. It's just a fun little detail.
So I don't want to hear anybody in the comments saying, "But you messed up on this side." Like, no. You don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
Exactly. No, but you know what you will hear in the comment?
What?
Someone wants a convertible Eclipse.
That's for another podcast on another. All right, so
Right.
That's it for Marvel for now. Let's go up to Scooby-Doo. So we have a 1/24 scale Scooby-Doo with the mystery plushie and Scooby-Doo figure with Shaggy.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite projects that we worked on because we did this mystery machine, but we took a little bit of liberty and customized the heck out of it. We flared out the wheels. We gave it this a kind of a version of a classic muscle car rim.
Yeah.
This rim is typically a 5-spoke, but on the cartoon, it looks more like a hubcap with a flower that has 6 petals. So instead of using a 5-spoke muscle car wheel, we took that same muscle car wheel, made it a 6-spoke, so it looked like that flower, and gave a really deep dish in the back, and so it has that staggered look, so it's less deep in the front. We put a lot of chrome on it, the handles, the frames around the lights, the bumpers, the roof rack. Yeah, this car is really, really cool. It's a little bit smaller than your typical like 1/24 scale, so which is the reason why we put 2 figures in there instead of just one. And you can't have the Mystery Machine without both Shaggy and Scooby, right?
No.
But yeah, it's I think this is one of my favorite because it looks true to the cartoon, the proportions, but has like real world custom mods on it.
Yeah, this is pretty dope. Now that you're pointing out all of those small facts there, because I'm like, well, fender flares for like a 60s car,
Yep. Yeah, this thing is cool, man. I have one on my desk, and that the 32 scale looks just as good as well.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I say 32?
Both look amazing though.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
So we should be expecting this one to hit shelves again.
Soon. I want to say this one probably will be closer to December, but it depends on when things start shipping out. It's there's a lot of uncertainty right now with what's going on and how much stores are going to be ordering, but for the most part right now we're shipping pretty normally, so I want to say maybe around November, December.
Okay, and that'll be here fast.
Yeah,
it's already summertime now. I stepped outside and it's hot as hell. I'm like, whoa! It was just raining a week ago.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we're gonna expect some rain too on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Do we want to talk about the 32 scale with DC for Batman with figure?
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys are familiar with our nano metal figs, and typically, since for now, the 132 Batmobiles weren't available in the mass market. Right. So for a long time, you could only get it in hobby stores. But coming out soon, they will be available in the mass market. So your Targets, your Walmarts will be carrying them, but they're going to be in a little bit of a different format. You're going to see it in a box paired with a nano metal fig. So you're going to have your Batmobile and a nano metal fig, and they're pretty close to scale to each other. It's a really cool set. You got the animated series Batmobile with the animated series Batman in it. And I think that's going to be pretty hot.
Which always looks sick.
And yeah, that's one of it's when I first started working on these. And what's cool about the Batmobile, the animated series Batmobile, is when I first started working on it, I'm like, man, this car is like so different from all the other Batmobiles. It's a little odd, but what, after we started working on it with the team, it really grew on me. And we took a lot of effort to really look at, the lines and do what we want to do. Because whenever we saw it in the cartoon, it has a really crazy deep forced perspective. So when you see it from the front, you see the front is really huge and it tapers back. So it gets really small in the back. We wanted it to look like that no matter what angle you're looking at. So we did a little bit of a forced perspective on the car when you look at it, at the shape. So you'll see it's really wide in the front and it kind of tapers in the back. That's why the crow's nest is a little bit smaller. You wouldn't be able to fit the figure in there. It's because we purposely did that to give it that same cartoony look. That's one of the things that we wanted to do, to give it that's, because when you see it on the cartoon, you see it in a certain way. And when you see it in real life, if you were to do it in the correct proportions, it would look just like a little brick. It would just be a square. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the cartoon, you always saw it really forced perspective, where it's really big in the front, and because it looks super long and it gets really narrow in the back.
I see. A lot of details, man.
It's certain things that we wanted to do, and because you couldn't open the cockpit for the character to get in because it was so small, and it wouldn't make sense to have a character that's like triple the size, and you're supposed to be able to fit both Batman and Robin inside the cockpit. We decided not to have the cockpit open. But there was one reference in one episode, from what I understand, that had the engine hood open. And that's what we did. We recreated the engine and what it looked like in that one episode.
Oh, man.
But that's not on 32, only on 24.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And last but not least, for the newest things that we recently posted, we have the Red Ranger.
Yes.
Sporting the Nissan GTR.
Yeah. So, like, what the Red Ranger? Do you remember what his Zord is?
Yeah, man, it's been so long.
His Zord, I believe, is like a dinosaur, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Godzilla.
Sure, right?
Godzilla.
Yep, and we got the Godzilla. Exactly. So if you don't know, the Nissan Skyline, or not Skyline, the Nissan GTR R35 is also known as the Godzilla because it's such a big car. It's massive. I don't know exactly why it's referred to as Godzilla. It's something that we might, let us know if you guys know in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Why it's called Godzilla or referred to as Godzilla. But we chose this car not only because it was a fitting name for the Red Ranger, because his Zord is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but even the just the design, the look of it just fit really well with him.
It's perfect.
Yep.
Oh, this is dope.
Yeah, it is cool.
And we can expect to have this one out around the same time as the Green Ranger, as referenced earlier.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, that is all. So we're doing our best to just stay up to date, to not, ghost anybody. And so we're always trying to figure out things that people would like to post, that people would like to see us post. And we're going to keep on, doing that, because, everyone's stuck at home. And I think that part of our jobs is to keep everyone out there entertained as well.
Yeah, for sure. And next week we'll do this again. And I think we're going to try to make it a figures episode. So if you're into nano metal figs, if you're into metal figs, if you're into any of the other stuff that we've made that's all figural. RoboCop, if you like the RoboCop figures, if we're going to talk about that stuff, because we will try to have our head of the figure department on this podcast next week.
Yes. So you guys who are always asking about nanos, be sure to tune in.
Yep. Exactly.
All All right, Mike, do we have anything else for him?
No, man. Just be safe.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Keep your distances. Don't be stupid and try to go to the beach. Just
I haven't done.
You're told, man. I want this to end already, dude.
Yeah, true. I want to be able to go places and yeah. So do your parts, people. Stay safe.
Stay safe. All right, man. You too, man.
All right, Mike. I'll see you soon, man.
All right. See ya. Peace.
All right, guys.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jordan.
See ya.
All right, guys. Later.